Okay, y'all. So I know I can't be the only one that's sitting up here waiting for Ashton Kutcher to jump out because we gotta be being pranked, right? Because ain't no way in the heck Junior is this dumb.
We always winning and that's no lie. We really wish you had our life. We know you like it. We know you like it.
What's up, y'all? What is up? It's your girl EJ, and welcome back to the recap, y'all. Today we're going to be talking about The Family Business Season 5, Episode 5, entitled Choices and Consequences. Now, y'all, this episode actually does start where the last one left off, but it is going to start with us seeing Rio in the Hamptons instead. We're going to see that Rio is finally opening up his club because, you know, he had been getting ready for the club opening. Nevada's going to show up. He's going to bring him some news that, hey, Brandon is headed back to New York. This is exactly what Rio needed to hear. Because look, Rio is trying to find out what's going on. He wants that get back with this whole robbery situation. Now we're going to see that Paris is having a good old time and that Bobby the Beast Boy is going to show up. Roman is also going to be there because remember, Darnell invited him to the party. And yes, Bobby's going to see Paris and he's going to want to get down with her. So they're going to start dancing. Lauren is actually talking to Roman at the time. He's kind of feeling her. He's been eyeing her, looking at her, y'all. So it is what it is, y'all. So anyway, y'all, we're going to see that Junior and Donna actually meet up with Dominique and Antonio. And this is where we last left off because they had just went into the door and Vegas had saw them. Now he's having a conversation. He's letting him know, like, look, I have a proposition for you. And of course, Donna is putting her 2 cents in, telling Junior, like, it's time to show them all, you know, you're no longer going to be a bottom feeder. And I'm like, since when has Junior ever been a bottom feeder? Like, what are we doing right now? Why are we doing this? And then she goes on to say that, you know, you're going to show them all, you're going to be the leader. And then she's trying to tell what the proposition is. But Antonio is just like, look, calm your ass down. He didn't say all that, y'all. I'm saying that. But anyway, she's like, you know, we're going to take over the drug business. And I'm like, since when have you ever been part of the drug business? And so anyway, Antonio's like, look, I did not come here to talk to you. Like, I literally came here to talk to him, to discuss this with him. And she just needs to fall back for a second. You know, like, he pretty much says that without saying it. He tries to say it in a very respectful way. And then, of course, Dominique kind of gives her the, like, calm down type of situation because she doing too much, y'all. And this just further lets me know that this has nothing to do with revenge. This is all about money for Donna. So anyway, Antonio's going to let Junior know that they're trying to build a contra to LC's table of friendship. Basically, they're trying to get all of his people, his enemies or people that they can poach for him and basically turn against him and take over. I mean, that's low key what he was saying. So anyway, y'all, Junior is all like, I've always wanted to lead and want my own thing. I'm like, since when, Junior? You ain't never said this. There has never been any indication that this has ever been what you wanted until somebody put it in your head, which lets me know that you are not a leader if somebody has to put a battery in your back and turn you on in order for you to all of a sudden want to be a leader, y'all. Please tell me we being pranked. So meanwhile, Bobby the Beast Boy, which you all know from the Hamptons, if you're not familiar with Bobby the Beast Boy, he is a character from the Black Hamptons. He is actually trying to get Paris to come back with him to his crib, along with Lauren and Roman, of course. So they're all going to go to his place. They're going to be playing pool. They're going to all be having a good time. Of course, Lauren and Roman are just going to be talking, kind of getting to know each other. And y'all already know my girl Paris. Y'all know she hot. So anyway, y'all, meanwhile, we're going to see that Orlando is gearing up with a lot of weapons. He's getting on a plane with C-Note. We're going to see that Donna is going to buy some very valuable information from Consuela. I mean, Consuela truly does know a lot, y'all. I mean, people really got to stop pillow talking. So anyway, y'all, Paris gets a message from Curtis that he is back and that they need to meet up at the house. Now we are going to see that Bobby is completely smitten with Paris, y'all. He doesn't even want her to leave, but thank goodness Lauren and Roman just talked, y'all, and that nothing happened because we all know what the deal is. Now, y'all, Dominique is going to meet up with Alexander and he's going to think that this is some kind of romantic thing, but she's going to be like, nah, this is just business. This is all this is about right now. Now, I know that you like money and there's an opportunity for you to get more of it and for you to even get some revenge while you edit. And y'all already know that he was going to bite on that, but he does tell her, like, look, I'm going to get you back too. And she tells him, like, look, you don't have to step your game up though. We all know that Dominique likes money and power, so Alexander definitely is going to have to come with his A game if he's going to want to snatch her up from Antonio. Now, meanwhile, Lauren and Paris are going to be talking, and Paris, you know, our girl hasn't changed that much, y'all. She's still a sexually liberated woman who loves a good time under the sheets, but we're going to learn that Lauren is actually a virgin and she's waiting on the right man. She says that Roman really isn't her style, like she really isn't into him or whatnot, but she also tells Paris, like, look, don't tell nobody though, like, don't be telling nobody my business, like, I didn't tell your business, so don't tell my business. So anyway, we're gonna see that Junior's gonna meet up with Alejandro and he's gonna invite him to be a part of the alliance. Now, we all know that Alejandro still has a bone to pick with the Duncans because he absolutely believes that they unalived his son, and that's kind of where his downfall began, because this is where Consuelo plan really goes into action against him, is when all of this happens. So there's that. So I knew that he would bite on it. But what was interesting is that he wanted to know why he was turning against his family. And then Junior says, well, he found out the truth after all this time, and, you know, like a betrayal, and that Chippy was a home wrecker, y'all, a home wrecker, and that, you know, his life wasn't what he thought it was. And so Alejandro kind of alludes to the fact that he had heard rumors that Charlotte was not his mom. So even Alejandro knew. So this tells me that Chippy and Elsie should have been done told Junior, if people outside of your family know a secret that's supposed to be a secret, is no longer a secret. At this point, they should have sat Junior down and told him exactly what was going on. So Elsie and Chippy dropped the ball on this one, y'all. Real talk. So anyway, Junior goes on to explain that the long-term goal is to take down LC and to take down his table. And I was like, y'all, this really do gotta be a joke. I'm sorry, but every time Junior said something, I was like, this gotta be a joke. Please, Ashton, jump from behind wherever you at and tell us that we being pranked. Meanwhile, Orlando has touched down to wherever he was headed, and Brandon gets back and he goes to see Roman, and Roman is telling him about his good time that he had with Darnell and how he was partying with Bobby the Beast Boy. And Roman is going to be like, look, I met this girl Lauren and he really likes her and he wants to get to know her. Now, we all know that Lauren don't feel the same way about him, thank goodness. But anyway, Brandon is going to tell him, like, look, this guy showed up to my house, my mom is tripping, and he shows him a picture of Rio. So, you know, this is going to get interesting. We're still kind of building up on this storyline. So anyway, y'all, Orlando's going to go and get Ruby and his son, telling them that they got to move because we know that Antonio is looking for them. So meanwhile, Donna actually does something that I really didn't see coming, y'all. She goes to visit Larry, and instead of her trying to get back or get revenge for what she claims is her sole mission, apparently, because, you know, it's all about Sasha and Lou, right? And we know that Larry is the person who was behind Lou's situation, but he's inadvertently kind of responsible for Sasha's too, because he's the one who let Brother X out, right? So why not go ahead and take that revenge if that's what this was all about? But of course it's not. She's actually going to try to get him to join the alliance, y'all. Now, I understood everybody else that you tried to poach, but this one right here, I just didn't understand. Now, the bigger question is will Larry actually tell LC about her coming to him with this proposition? Now, she didn't give him all the details, but he knows enough to put two and two together, I'm sure. So then we're going to see that Antonio is going to go and visit Brother Minister. He's going to tell him, like, look, I know about your issues with LC. I know about your concerns. And Brother Minister says, look, my concerns with LC are my concerns. You know, they're my business. But then Antonio hits him with but I also know that your guys aren't consistently working. So, you know, Antonio hits him where he needs to hit him at. And we know that Brother Minister definitely is to the highest bidder. He's all about what's going to benefit him. He was the person that tried to actually poach Harris without even saying anything to LC. Unlike Senior Cruz, who actually said something to LC and wanted to be respectful before making that move. It tells me that Brother Minister will do whatever he needs to do in order to further his organization, and that he really is only in this whole table of friendship for convenience, but that if something better comes along, he'll definitely take it. And that's where we at. So anyway, Brother Minister tells him that it sounds like you're going to war, and Antonio is like, look, I'm trying to take over the world. That just further lets me know that Junior is in over his head, because there's no way in the world Antonio is going to let him lead this organization. This is all about him getting power, but he needs to get Junior to do the dirty work first so that he can take over in the end. So meanwhile, y'all, back to Roman. He's going to go visit the hospital. His mom is there. They're going to find out that she's in acute renal failure and that she needs a kidney transplant. Now, he does talk to the doctor. He's like, look, look, I gave you guys the $40,000 and they still haven't put his mom on that list. They tell him that he needs to go and talk to the administration. He vows that he's going to get the money and that his mom is going to get on that list and that they're going to do what they can do to save his mom's life. Now, meanwhile, we're going to see that Curtis and Paris are going to meet up and they're going to talk, and he's going to tell her that Niles is indeed alive, y'all. Niles did not die. He says that the way that Niles survived was that there were 2 doors and a tub that saved his life. So even though Paris thought she saw him on that gurney, it was not him. Someone actually helps him get out of there, get to a hospital. At the hospital, they were able to get him back together, even though it was looking a little shaky. And then someone actually helped him move back into the U.S. He said that in order to do that you had to have some real help. And Paris is a little bit shook, and she knows that it was Uncle Willie who helped him. Now, if you've read the book No More Mr. Nice Guy, then you know exactly who Uncle Willie is. If you haven't read the book, then Uncle Willie is just basically his only family member that he has left. They're super close, and he helped him when he first got into this whole business of being a hitman. We know that Niles only trusts 2 people. That person was Paris, who he can no longer trust, of course, and his Uncle Willie. So that's where he comes into play at, y'all. And if you didn't know, Niles is actually from New York as well. Now, Paris is going to tell Curtis that, look, he has to find Niles. He has to figure out where he's at because her life depends on it. Because if he doesn't find him, then he's certainly going to find her, and she's probably not going to be alive. So meanwhile, this whole alliance of greatness has started, y'all, and we see that it's going to be made up of the brother minister, Alejandro, Alexander Cora, of course, Dominique, and Antonio Dash. Donna's sitting at the table, but we gonna talk about that in a minute. And then, of course, Junior. So these are the players that's going to be here. Pretty much basically all the people who have a problem with LC that they have taken out in the past or something. All of them except Brother Minister. Brother Minister is just a snake. So anyway, y'all, Donna is always inserting herself. So when the meeting starts, she's going to basically say, hey, like, we shouldn't start overseas. You know, that's too much of a risk of, you know, someone that messes with LC knowing what we're doing. Now, even though she does have a point on this one, y'all, why are you inserting yourself in all of this like you are some head of a criminal organization, like you have done criminal things before? Like, no, you haven't. Like, you've never done anything. But anyway, y'all, Antonio is basically going to say that he agrees. However, he said there's a whole nother issue here at play, you know, that they've been talking and that, you know, they need to know that they can trust her and that otherwise she doesn't need to be a part of this. Now, we all knew from the very jump that they didn't want her a part of this. They were just using her to get Junior in. Once Junior decided that he was going to be a part of this, once he was decided that he was going to be the leader, then she was going to be donezo anyway. That's how I saw it. But anyway, as they're sitting there, she did also say another thing. She did say that you said that my son was going to be the leader. And I'm just like, here we go. So anyway, y'all, they tell Donna that in order for her to basically stay a part of this whole thing, that she going to have to do some dirt herself because she ain't even got her bones. Now, Junior, of course, is like, I said, da da da. I'm like, Junior, don't nobody care what you said. Like, she got to do what she got to do if she going to be a part of this. And so, but it's all a play, y'all. Like, it's all a play. It's all been a setup all along. Like, they are moving the chess pieces, and these two, Dumb and Dumber, are just falling into these pieces. At the end of the day, Antonio needs something done. He needs to get rid of Ruby because that's his next thing. And now, instead of him having to do it, instead of him having to be the one to get his hands dirty, why not just let Donna do it? Let's see if she's really about this life. Let's see if she really gonna do this. And that's exactly what they ask her to do. And I'm just like, Lord have mercy. Here we go. So Junior, that's what we gonna do. We gonna let her take out our brother's baby mama. Like, you gonna take your nephew's mama away from her. I can't stand Ruby, y'all, and y'all know that. But is that really what we finna do? Y'all, this gotta be some elaborate joke. Like, it really gotta be an elaborate joke. So anyway, y'all, that is kind of where this episode ends, is with them at the table, with Junior sitting up here looking crazy, with Donna all of a sudden about to go out and commit a murder so that she could be a part of this whole group of misfits that want to go up against LC and the fam. So let me know what y'all thought about this episode, because it was crazy to me. Let me know what y'all thought about Junior. Let me know what y'all thought about Donna going to see Larry. Will Larry actually tell LC about the visit? it. What did y'all think about everything, y'all? Shoot, just tell me what y'all thought, because y'all, I'm exhausted. Anyway, y'all, if you like the video, make sure to go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to your girl channel. Turn your notifications so that you do not miss out on any of my future The Family Business content, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace.